Hi, this is Barry Schwartz from RustyBrick, and this is a brief, probably 10-minute demo of the iPhone Siddur made by RustyBrick, and you can learn more at rustybrick.com/iPhone/Siddur. The Siddur is basically our iPhone Siddur is basically a true mobile application that allows you to really take advantage of all the features of the iPhone during your daily prayers or as your daily life as a Jew. As you can see, as I opened up the iPhone Siddur, it opens up to my specific nusach. We have 4 nusachs: Ashkenaz, Sfard, Edit Mizrach, and Chabad, which is nusach Ari. Specifically, you should know that the Chabad nusach comes in 2 different flavors. One is something that was written based on the Chabad Siddur, but we also have a Kahot version, which is the official version, which you can upgrade to at a later date. In addition, I'm going to go ahead and show you the Ashkenaz because that's the Siddur that I personally use. We have lots of other features we'll get to, but let me first take you through the Siddur feature. As you can see, I have various different options right here. I have Shachos, Mincha, Brachos, and so on. It is missing Marv because today is actually Friday, and we don't show Shabbos davening in our weekday Siddur. So Marv is gone. If there was Rosh Chodesh and stuff like that, if it was Rosh Chodesh, in Shacharis it would show Hallel in here in this menu, but it does not. If it was Monday or Thursday, it would show Torah reading and stuff like that. In addition, I'm going to go ahead and click on Shemona Esrei. If it was also Rosh Chodesh, it would also have Ya'aleh V'yavo as well. You can actually see as I scroll through the tefillos, this is how you scroll. It dynamically builds this menu based on the current day and information. I can also navigate through the menu using this little quick editor, which I can go to Kedusha, and it'll actually navigate me down to Kedusha. I can also go backwards and forwards throughout the various sections of the thing, so I went backwards to Kriya Shema. So I can jump to Kriya Shema, and then I can go ahead and find Shema right over here, as you can see. So that's pretty much how the Siddur works. Again, if it was Rosh Chodesh, it would insert appropriate tefillos dynamically based on the day. You could turn this off if you like to, but it's a very friendly feature, which we call the Smart Siddur feature. So that pretty much covers how the Siddur navigation works. I'm going to show you more features in terms of how the Siddur works going forward. A new feature we added to 4.5 was upgrading to English, and as you can see over here, there's an intro to English. The English is provided by our Rabbi Avraham Sudden. He actually wrote a very conversational English. It's not a pure translation. It basically translates paragraph by paragraph, but it tells you in English pretty much how to daven that paragraph. So if I go to Shachris and I click on, let's say, Shema, you can see this little navigation over here, which basically gives me a tab at the bottom for English. I can increase that tab by scrolling it up or scroll it down by decreasing that tab. As I scroll through the tefillos, you can see the tab moves with me. So if I scroll to there, it shows me as I scroll through it. Watch. And here's Kriya Shema. It scrolls as I scroll. Obviously, word to word, it's not matching up, but paragraph to paragraph it does, because there could be a lot more English associated with a single word of Hebrew. And you can see the translation over here. There's also 2 views. You can go landscape as well. Also, you could completely remove the English tab if you want. If you don't want the English, you could either drag it all the way down, you could drag it all the way up, or in the settings, you can actually configure it to show Hebrew only, English only, or both split view like I have here. That's a new feature in 4.5, which is optional, which you can upgrade to for an extra fee. So that's English in the Siddur. Next section I want to show you is Zmanim. Zmanim pulls based on your current location by default, and it shows you the current date by default. You could go forward date or backwards date based on these little arrows over here, or I could click on the little date selector by clicking on the date itself and picking a specific date or going back to today. Today is Friday, like I said, so it shows you the current candle lighting time. It also shows you the various Zmanim based on your current location. If you click on the bottom, it would show you based on the current latitude, longitude, and elevation that it's calculating these times. If I wanted to, I could add locations by clicking on this little button and clicking plus. I could delete locations as well over there. I could quickly navigate through my various saved locations, such as, let's say I wanted to go to Miami. I click done. It would take me to Miami's Zmanim. Or I could go to Jerusalem, see Jerusalem's Zmanim. And I could also go back to my current location and see my current location's Zmanim. Another feature we have in Zmanim is the ability to export these Zmanim to email by clicking Export to Email. So if you want to tell somebody your Zmanim by email, you can just basically export that to your email. Or I could set up push reminders. Push reminders is a subscription addition which you can add, and it basically allows you to set up specific subscriptions which basically will be pushed to your iPhone or iPod Touch over internet to remind you that a certain Zman is coming up. So let's say I want to set up let's say I'm in Muncie. I want to set up a Muncie Zman that reminds me every night around Sates. Let's say throughout the whole week except for Friday and Saturday. I want to be notified 5 minutes before Sates. Just a reminder. It'll basically go ahead when it's 5 minutes before Sates, based on Sates in Muncie, it would actually go ahead and remind me via push notification, as long as I have internet, that Sates is coming up in 5 minutes. I can set up a unlimited number of reminders, push reminders through this system, as long as you pay the extra fee via in-app purchase. So that's another advanced feature which you could use. Also, there's a minion section. Minyanim basically show you the closest minion to you based on your current location. In my office, and there's a minion right in my office or around the corner that allows me to find the current minion. I could obviously click on any of these minyanim if I wanted to and learn more information about them. So, for example, I could click on a specific location. It has the address. I could click on the address to get a map. I can see the rabbi information. If they had a website or email address, it would be listed here. It shows the various times that shul or synagogue has different minyanim. Shows you their nusach, shows you the coordinates, and other notes. This is all supplied from GoDavin. If there's a mistake, you click Edit and send an email to GoDavin, and GoDavin will update their database, which will ultimately come down to us. You can also add new minyanim by clicking the Add button over here. If you want to, let's say I'm going to Teaneck tomorrow. Let's say that's the case. I can go ahead and then find different synagogues in Teaneck in order to see what's available there for me to go ahead. And if I want to go to that one synagogue, it would show me the various information, their web address, the rabbi, the phone number if it's available, and the various minyanim times and stuff like that they have. So that's a feature that's available also in the Siddur. It shows you the closest minyan. There's also a luach, a Jewish calendar, which basically shows you the various information for the day. For example, today is April 23rd. Shows you the Hebrew date in both English and Hebrew, the day of the week, Yom Shishi, as well as in English and Hebrew. Shows you the parsha for the week. Also shows you the daf yomi. I could go by English date if I wanted to. I could go by Hebrew date if I wanted to. I can see what events are coming up by clicking Upcoming. And I can see Lag BaOmer is coming up on May 2nd. And it shows you Lag BaOmer. And then I can go back to today if I wanted to. There are ways to insert your own events in here, and I'll show you that now. If you click on More, and then you click on Luach Events, it allows you to insert your own events, such as, my birthday. And my Hebrew birthday is on 5 Hey Nisan. I insert that based on that, or I can insert it via the secular day if I wanted to. And then automatically, if I go back to the Luach, and I go to Hey Nisan, it will show me that this year, my birthday is on Saturday, March 20th, 2010, and obviously the parsha is Vayikra, which is my Bar Mitzvah parsha, and I'll be 30 that year. So it actually was in the past, but if I want to go see what is next year, it's also on Saturday, April 9th, a little bit later than this year, and it's Parshas Besorah. So that's how custom Luach events work. In addition to custom Luach events, you could set up your Luach events to be pushed directly to your iPhone, meaning if I wanted that to be included in my iCalendar, you basically click on the subscription settings over here, and once you configure your subscription settings, you click on this little icon over here, and you sync with the server. That allows you basically to automatically insert your Luach events directly in your iPhone calendar. You can also export these via email. If you want to email them to somebody, that's up to you. That's Luach events, customizing them. let's go to the top of this screen. This is the More section. And if you go to the top of the screen, you click on Alerts. And when you click on Alerts, up comes basically our Twitter stream, which is twitter.com/iSiddur. And it basically shows you various alerts that we want to notify you of. If it's an important alert, we'll actually put a little badge in the icon or push you a little notification saying this is important, please read it. Such as, Yom HaAtzmaut was this past week, and there is a setting to turn on Hallel on Yom HaAtzmaut or not, but that setting was actually, there was a bug in that code, and we had to alert people to say there's a bug. So this is where you get some alerts that we want to notify you of. There's also a Mizrach compass, which basically tells you which way to daven towards. This currently only works on the 3GS because it requires a compass, so this only currently works on the 3GS. But there is a Mizrach compass if you want to know which way to daven. And if you're in Yerushalayim, it doesn't just point east, it points towards the Kotel, which is appropriate. There's also a way to insert your own Mishaberachs. You could view a public list of Mishaberachs, which is everybody in the Siddur database that makes their Mishaberachs public, or you could use your own list by clicking on the My List, clicking the plus sign, entering the name, the mother's name, the gender, and do you want it to be public or not. And then that would be available for everybody to daven with. Plus, it'll be dynamically inserted into the tefillas in various sections based on your settings. So, for example, in Shemona Esrei, if I scroll down to Refuah Shalema, it actually inserts the names right over here, as you can see over here. And I can also select and see random public names from the public list, which is a nice way for our iPhone Siddur community to share and pray for each other in that community. So that's Mishaberachs, and that's how you customize your Mishaberachs. I show you the Luach events. We also have a feature called Map, which basically shows you not exactly, but people who opt in who are currently using the Siddur around the world. And as you can see, there's 97 people currently using the Siddur, and I can zoom in to see where in the world they're using it. There's somebody in Africa using it, people in Europe, and I can just zoom in and see where I am and how many people around me are using it. It's a little cute feature. It doesn't really do much, but it just shows you who's currently using it. Other features, there's a whole help section which tells you a lot of information about how to use it. And then you can configure a lot of things in the settings. To get to settings, you go back to your home screen, click on settings, you scroll down to where it says Siddur, click on Siddur, and then do the various options. You could be able to set your default nusach to whatever you want. You could show your menu language. Do you want to have it in English, Hebrew, or just English? You can set your font style, your font style over here. You can say how you want your English view to work, if you have English or not. Are you in Israel? Are you in Jerusalem? These are all for Luach types of scheduling. Do you want Smart Siddur on? Do you want it to automatically show you Hallel or Rosh Hashanah and stuff like that? Rosh Chodesh, I mean. Do you want the Hebrew system on? That's something you really don't have to worry about these days. You could turn off Nikudos. Turning off Nikudos would actually speed up the Siddur significantly due to a bug in Apple. This prevents sleep mode. There's show Hallel on Yom HaAtzmaut or not. There is that rotation. There's all these different types of things you can set up over here. You can say where you want your Mishaberachs to be shown. You could show. Do you want to see public Mishaberachs and how many you want to see? Do you want to collapse optional prayers? You can select your font size over here. You can set your GPS location features. You can customize some of your Zmanim over here. You could customize how the minyanim are showed up. You can enable your iCal information over here. And there's a lot of settings you could do. This is truly a full-featured Siddur, taking advantage of all the latest technology on the iPhone. And this is a demo as of version 4.5, which should be available pretty soon after I launch this video. So hopefully you like this. Again, you can learn more information at rustybrick.com/iPhone/Siddur. And thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, just email us at siddur@rustybrick.com or give us a call. Again, rustybrick.com/iPhone/Siddur. Thank you.